Did you know, children, that these questions here, like this one, carries around 4 to 5 marks in section B? They always bring it in section B, and I know that if you're not prepared, you're going to fail this question. It's just application of fractions, which is so simple, very easy to understand, and easy to simplify when you know what to do. Now, I want us to go to example 1, and we shall see how it is easy to answer these questions. Now, the question is saying, in a class of 40 pupils, 1 out of 5 like soda, and the rest like juice. Remember, they have used a fraction and they have used a number of pupils in the class. Now, A is saying, what fraction like juice? Now they ask you the fraction of those who like juice. But remember, they have given the one who likes soda only in the question, in the story itself. So the story has the ones who like soda, not the ones who like juice. So they're asking for the fraction of those who like juice. So remember last time I told you in class that it's what we call a total fraction. It is a fraction that you get using the denominator. Like here we have the fraction that they have given. It is 1 out of 5. The denominator here is 5. So a full fraction is called a whole fraction. That is a 5 out of 5. That fraction is said to be full because the numerator is the same as the denominator. So we subtract this fraction of those who like soda from that total fraction. So we shall say 5 out of 5 minus 1 out of 5. And remember, we shall have a denominator of 5 because they have the same denominator here. Then the numerators will be 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1. Now 5 minus 1, the answer is 4. Don't forget to put the denominator, and that is 5. So our final answer for this one, that what fraction like juice, the fraction is 4 out of 5. Now let's go to B. They're saying, how many people like soda? Now I told you in class last time that whenever you see this word how many, know that they're asking for the number. And now whatever you're going to get is going to be the number of what? Pupils, and the units are also here. So meaning how many, remember they're asking for the number of what? The people. So the units are found here within the question itself. And that's why maths is the cheapest subject. So how many people like soda? So what do? We use the fraction of those who like soda. Then we multiply times the total number of people in the class, because they are saying in a class of 40 people. So we shall use that. How many like soda? Let's do it. We shall say it will be equals to 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 is the fraction of those who like soda, multiplied by the number of pupils in the whole class, which is 40, because they are saying in a class of 40 pupils. So times 40 pupils. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 40 divided by 5, it is 8. So now when you multiply, that is numerator here, 1 times 8. The answer is 8 pupils. The answer is 8 pupils. Now someone is going to ask that, why have we used this fraction, not the other one? We have used this one because this is the fraction of people who like soda. And they are asking, remember the question is asking for the number of people who like soda. That's what they're saying, how many people like soda. So we're going to go to the next level, that is C. How many people like juice? The same applies to what we did also in B. That how many people like juice. So we're going to use the fraction of juice, which is that what fraction like juice. We got it, that is 4 out of 5. So they are saying from here, how many people like juice. So the same applies to this one. We use the fraction of those who like juice, that is 4 out of 5 multiplied by the number of people in the class, which is 40, because they are saying in a class of 40 pupils. In a class of 40 people. So let's solve that one. So times the 40 what? Pupils. The units are found in the question itself. That's why it's easy. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 4 times 8, you write down here, 4 times 8. The answer is 32 pupils. Now, there's one thing also that you need to know. You can either get this number again by using another way. That is, or you can say Since you have already got the number of people who like soda to be 8, you can subtract these 8 people from the number of people in the whole class. We can say that we can say in the whole class there are 40 people minus 8. When you subtract 40 minus 8, you get 32 what? Peoples who like what? Juice. You can see this is the easy way, but when they have given 2 marks, sometimes some examiners deny you those marks. So this is the easy way. This is also the easy way. So you can be the one to choose the method you like. Let's go to number 2. In a class of 15 pupils, 1 out of 3 are boys and the rest are girls. Remember, it is a 4 to 5 mark question. A. What fraction are girls? Now you see, we said total fraction, which is 3 out of 3. I know the question you are asking. How did you get 3 out of 3? 3 out of 3, you get it with the denominator here. The denominator there is saying, it is saying 3. So the total fraction of this fraction, that is 1 out of 3, is 3 out of 3, which is this one. It's like when they shade, like look at what is there. Like when they're having 3 boxes, then they shade them all and they tell you what fraction is the shaded part. You can see you'll get exactly 3 out of 3, and that is why we have this. So let's subtract now the fraction of the boys from this sort of fraction. So minus 1 out of 3. The final thing we shall have is denominator of 3 here. Numerator, it will be 3 minus 1. And 3 minus 1, the answer is 2 out of 3. You can see how it is easy. And this is the fraction of girls, by the way. This one is for the boys. Now let's go to the next question. The question is asking, how many girls are in the class? Look at that, very easy. So we shall say the fraction of girls, which is just here, that is 2 out of 3, times the number of people in the whole class, which is what? Which is 15. So times 15 pupils. Remember, the units are going to change down. Here right now there are pupils, but in the answer we shall change the units. 3 by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Remember divisibility test of 3, that a number can divide by 3 if the sum of the digits is a multiple of 3. So 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 is a multiple of 3. Therefore 15 can exactly divide by 3. That's why it is easy, by the way. I taught you about that. So now let's multiply. 2 times 5, the answer is 10. Not pupils, but they are saying girls in the class. So we shall say 10 girls. And you already have your 2 marks. You already have your 2 marks. Let's go to the next part, that is Roman number 2 of B. How many boys are in the class? Okay, let's solve it. Remember the fraction of boys. As we go through this question, saying in a class of 15 pupils, 1 out of 3 are boys. That is the fraction of boys, 1 out of 3. Shall also say, which is equals to 1 out of 3 multiplied by the number of pupils in the whole class, that is 15 pupils. You can say by 3 we have 1. This 15 is divisible by 3 because when you add 1 plus 5 you get 6, and 6 is a multiple of 3. So 15 divided by 3 you get 5. 1 times 5 it is equals to 5, not pupils but boys. If you said pupils, you forgot one thing. They're asking for the number of boys. So the easy way again that you can do that, like the way we did the number 1 here. We did the number 1 here, this one here. Since they have already given, we have already got the number of girls to be 10, we can now get the number of boys. Since in the class we have 15 people and we have 10 girls, so we can get the number of boys still by saying, by just saying that it will be equals to 15, which is the number of people in the whole class, minus the number of girls, which is 10. And the final answer we shall have is 5 boys. So please, I want you to go to the group, that is the academic group or the academic champions. Go there and do the assignment. I've already sent the assignment there. Do it, and you send the pictures of your pages.